Good evening, and bloody welcome to Summer Night Murder Mystery, the A.B.C. Murders, Episode 11. In the previous episode, we spoke to Mrs. What's her name? I forgot. But anyway, we spoke to her, whatever her name is, and then we managed to get inside this trunk here, and we found a sigil ring with a number on it. So where that number goes to, I have no idea, or what that number is for, but let's continue searching through the rest of the mansion. There isn't anything that we can do with that lion head, so let's get in here. And we have already snooped around a bit here, but maybe we have missed
Sir
something.
Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum.
Yeah, he does have an impressive collection. This cabinet
The
is
door
locked.
is locked.
But I do have the key, I believe.
This unit contains the medical records for Sir Carmichael Clark's patients. Let us study them closely and see if there are any familiar names.
Okay.
No deaths on the records from A to D. They've been handled recently.
Oh!
No known names. Disappointing.
So A to D have been gone through quite recently. So my guess is that the murderer is someone who lived in this mansion, or at least worked here, or in some way is related to the doctor that now have been murdered. Maybe the doctor himself, or the he's retired now, so maybe he was the one who committed the crimes, but I don't think so, because he himself is murdered now. Well, here is a thought actually, because there haven't been any more letters sent from the A.B.C. killer. But on the other hand, there were a letter sent to Hercule. Well, let's say that Clark, what was his name? Not Frank. Well, Franklin Clark might actually be the murderer. That is a possibility. But let's say that Sir Carmichael Clark is the murderer. He sent the letters for A and B, saying that he would murder Asher and Betty Barnard, Alice Asher and Betty Barnard, and then someone found out that Sir Carmichael Clark was a murderer, and in order to stop the murder from happening, the murderer sent another letter No, no, not the murderer. The one that found out that Sir Carmichael Clark was a murderer sent an additional letter saying that Sir Carmichael Clark would be the next victim. Well, that's not exactly what the letter said, but the letter arrived later than the first two letters, so maybe the third letter was sent by another person, and that person is the one who killed Carmichael Clark, because that person knew that Sir Carmichael Clark was a murderer. So the murderer became murdered, or a murder victim himself, in order for the murderers to stop. And since Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered, no more letters have been sent. So maybe we got two murderers on our hands, one being Sir Carmichael Clark, that killed the first two victims, Betty Barnard and Alice Asher, and the second or the third victim was the murderer himself, and maybe he was killed by either Franklin Clark or Thora Gray. That is just a theory that I have now. I think that things become a little bit more clear now whom the murderer might be. So if you have any theory on who the murderer is, then please feel free to leave a comment, because I am really interested in finding out if you have any other theory than what I have. So yeah, or maybe Franklin Clark is the murderer that is behind all the three murders, because he have access to the files. And let's see here. Sir Carmichael Clark is about 60 years old, or was, and Betty Barnard was only 23 years old, and the murderer managed to charm her, so she followed with the murderer on the beach, and that is where she was strangled to death. So I think that she is probably going to be more charmed from a man that is about 40 years old than a man that is in his 60s. So maybe Franklin Clark is the murderer, and that lies behind all the murders. And since he now is the single heir to the estate, he also had a motive to kill his brother. So maybe Franklin Clark is the murderer that is behind all the three of the murderers. The question is, though, if he is the murderer, then why would he kill Alice Asher and Betty Barnard? Maybe it is because he wanted to what's the word I'm looking for? He didn't want to draw suspicion directly to himself, which would have been the case if he had murdered his brother directly. So therefore he killed Asher and Barnard because he wanted to have a motive other than the obvious one, which is that he can be the sole heir to the estate. So yeah, I do believe that Franklin, or whatever his name is, actually is the murderer.
Lots of dust. The records from E to Z have not been touched for years. No names. Disappointing.
Okay. So yeah, let's continue looking around here.
I see some papers that were not there the first time I visited.
Okay.
Valuers report property. Building land located in Comside, Churston client, Sir Carmichael Clark, April 15, 1935, Court and Brunskill office.
Valuers report?
Court and Brunskill. The name is familiar. Is that not the name of the firm Donald Fraser works for?
Okay. Donald Fraser. He's about 30 years old. He is Betty Barnard's fiance. Oh yeah, so that is Donald Fraser. He has no alibi for the evening of the murder. He was jealous and had a quick temper. He likes White Horse whiskey. But why would he murder his own fiance and Asher and Clark? Well, he had a direct relationship to Betty, but I don't think that he had a direct relationship to any of the other victims other than this
Valuers
right here.
Report property. Court and Brunskill. The name is familiar. Is that not the name of the firm Donald Fraser works for?
Okay, yeah. So, what is this?
Ernest
it was
Logan,
that one.
MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comside, Churston, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
Okay. I guess we should look at the daggers as well.
These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
But there is a dagger missing, though.
Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. There are some very valuable objects here.
Oh, there's a dagger there. That is the missing dagger. And it got blood on it. On the handle.
I've already seen similar daggers.
What is this?
Attention, Franklin. Task list. A. Ordering Lady Clark remedies. Done. B. Tidying up real estate property files. Done. C. Calling the lawyer about inventory. Done. D. Update the tenant farmer list. Done. E. Update land rent accounting. Done. F. Ordering a restock of arsenic. Done. P.S. I have left on the living room table some of my things I don't want to keep. The locket and the dagger. I am sure you know why. Thora.
Is Thora the murderer? Maybe... yeah. Maybe. Because she could have been friends with Barnard, Betty Barnard, and she could have, I guess she could have been friends with Ash and Ash, whatever her name was, or maybe she was just going in there to buy something. I don't know. Task list. It seems that Thora and Franklin was in cahoots with each other. P.S. I have left on the living room table some, yeah. And here is another dragon. A dark dragon for a bright-haired maid. C.
A dark dragon for a bright-haired maid. C.
So that was from Clark. Okay. I think that things become more and more clear now. Okay, I thought that I should look at that, but I know there's something that I'm missing, perhaps.
Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 B.C., purchased in Hong Kong 1935.
Okay. Let's see here. He gave gifts to his secretary Thora Gray. Franklin Clark has feelings for Thora Gray. Thora Gray. She's sensitive to Franklin Clark's charms. She leaves calm side on Lady Clark's insistence. Maybe she have been so charmed by Franklin Clark so that she would commit murder for him. That is a possibility. I don't think that there is anything else that I can do here now. Can I work Poirot's little grey cells? What do the victims have in common? Yeah, I have already solved that. Yeah, I have solved everything there is to solve here. So let's see if I can go this way.
Order and method above all. Let us finish examining the mansion while no one is around.
Okay, so let's go out of here then, because I don't think there is anything else that I can look at in there. Yeah, let's go into here. There's an African mask here and a map. Oh, it's another puzzle. Sweden! I don't know what there was a compass in the dining room that pointed to the south, I think.
South Africa? Brazil. Brazil.
Okay.
This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it. This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it.
I really don't know what to do here. I can't click on Sweden or Finland or Norway or Denmark or not even England. I think, no, there is England. There was a map of England, that rotating disc in the previous episode, I believe, that had the shape of England and, well, Great Britain, I think, because it's not only England here, it's Scotland and Ireland, and I am really bad at geography. What am I supposed to do here?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Australia.
Australia.
Sumatra. South Africa?
Yeah.
A signet ring bearing the Clark's family's coat of arms. A number is written on it.
And that number is... What is the number? Come on now, what is the number? He said the number when I discovered the ring, but I forgot what number it was. Well, since I don't see a number here, I guess that it don't matter much, maybe? Okay. What is this here? Oh!
I think that signet ring should be placed here.
Okay. Thanks for the tip.
The plates around the picture appear to have unlocked. I think I've already seen these symbols on Franklin's trophies.
Okay. I don't think that I've seen them, so let's... Can't I go out of here? Yes. I haven't done much, so let's look around some more in here. It looks that this was his office. Oh,
July
it's
1920, Alaska Peninsula.
So that is where he shot that bear or bear.
Franklin appears to be very active. Franklin Clark appears to be a typical British gentleman. A good sportsman, a hunter, a traveler.
Oh, so it is Franklin Clark who have this office.
February 1922, South Africa.
Okay. Another puzzle. Like the one with the map isn't enough.
A Chinese symbol is engraved on this metal disc.
Okay.
Like this character appears to be the right way round.
Oh. That was easy. The rest will probably not be as easy.
This character appears to be the wrong way round. I should continue to study this cupboard. The position of this character looks right to me.
No, thank you, Poirot.
Like this character appears to be the right way round.
It's nice that it tells me that it is the right position.
The position of this character looks right to me.
Okay, so far so good. I can't take a look on the back of the cabinet or closet, whatever it is.
It's only a hinge. Nothing interesting.
Are you sure?
Well. The characters engraved on this padlock resemble those engraved on the metal discs.
So I guess I should go from left to right then. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 perhaps? No, I see you now. Yeah, this is the far left. The symbol looks like that. Was that how it looked like? No, I don't think it was it? Maybe it was that. I easily forget.
It's not the right code. Let us check the Chinese characters again.
What did it look like? It is there and something there and yeah, okay. It kind of looks like a T. 1 and a T. One and a T. Yeah, that's the correct symbol for the first one. Then we have that one, and it is a J or 2 J's. Yeah, that's the right one. The third one is this one, and it looks like a P and a 9. Oh, that worked out well.
At last, the cupboard is open.
And there are some books in here. And a hat and whatever this
Helmet,
is.
flask and rifles.
Oh,
Franklin
rifles.
is very well equipped. Helmet, flask and rifles. Franklin is very well equipped.
The English countryside is back in fashion. By English, I don't mean British, but a very specific image of rural England, a patchwork quilt of green fields bordered by hedgerows, a landscape where skylarks sing and wildflowers flourish, a bucolic idyll, people by honest, hard-working farming folk gathering in the harvest. English countryside revisited by Alistair Bradford. Genteel and wild, okay?
Genteel and wild. English countryside revisited.
Okay.
The Railway Children. E. Nesbit.
Railway, huh? A family who moved to Three Chimneys, a house near the railway, after the father, who works at the Foreign Office, is imprisoned after being falsely accused of spying. Their children befriend an old gentleman who regularly takes the 9:15 train near their home. He is eventually able to help prove their father's innocent, and the family is reunited. The family take care of a Russian exile, Mr. Spashnashki, who came to England looking for his family, later located, and Jim, the grandson of the old gentleman who suffers a broken leg in a tunnel. The Railway Children.
Und Heffy's Christmas, 1910.
Okay. So Franklin likes railways, it seems. and so does the murderer. So it becomes more and more clear now that he might be the murderer. As with previous decades in the 1930s, Hong Kong was the gateway to China, and all international flights terminated at this British outpost. By 1937, trans-Pacific flights from North America to China were becoming more regular, with a commercial run from San Francisco through Honolulu, Midway, Wake Island and Guam to Hong Kong. Imperial Airways also carried passengers and mail into Hong Kong as part of its mail route to Australia. Passengers on this line would stop in Penang before disembarking in Hong Kong. A practical guide for English travelers traveling in China, Cheng Guan Yin.
Traveling in China, a practical guide for English travelers.
And he seems to like China. Okay, now I have solved that, but I still have the map puzzle to solve. I'm not entirely sure how I will solve this though. There are some of the patches here that appears to have a brighter color to them, but I don't know. No, that was just
This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it.
okay.
This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it. This plate appears to be able to move, but something is blocking it.
Yeah, I have no idea how I should solve this. Well, I'm gonna have to return to this because I think that it is time to end this episode here. So in the next episode I will try to figure out how to solve that map puzzle. But until then, thank you so much for watching and have a good night.